Hey, what's up guys, it's still for Philo Concept. So today is for the LIKEE fans who are always on LIKEE posting videos like all the time. Today we are going to attempt to create the front page of the LIKEE app in Adobe Photoshop. So let's just get started. Welcome to Philo Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Alright, so let's open up our application. I'm using Photoshop CC 2019 as always, and I'll just go with 1920 by 1080. But this time around, I'm going to flip it around, so the width is actually going to be 1080 and the height is going to be 1920. I just click on create. So the first thing is to create the heart at the center, and to do that I'll be using two circles. So just go into the ellipse tool, make sure it is set to shape, you have a fill and no stroke. So I'll create two circles whilst holding on the shift key by clicking and dragging, and I'll create a duplicate of this, so Ctrl J, and I'll just use the move tool to position this somewhere around here. So once I have this, I'll go back to the shapes tool, and this time around I'm selecting the rectangle tool, and I'll be creating a perfect rectangle whilst holding on the shift key. So something like this is okay. Go back to the move tool and flip this around about -45 degrees like so. Comment OK, and I'll be placing this somewhere around here. Now it appears I have to make it a bit bigger than it already is, so I think something like this. I should probably zoom in. Alright, so this is what I am left with. It looks quite okay. I think you can work with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two circles, right click and go to merge shapes, and after that I'll hold down the Ctrl key and click on this to create a selection around that area. I'll go into the rectangle and I'll create a layer mask on top of it. So this is going to hide all those portions, but what we are going to do is flip this. Well, actually we don't even have to flip, just grab the brush tool and select the hard round and just brush over. No, let me reduce the size and just brush over the size you want to reveal. So I'll be using white to reveal, black is going to hide, and I'll just be revealing this bottom area because that's where I want. Alright, so once I have that, let's go ahead and select everything, right click and go to rasterize layers, and after that right click one more time and go to merge layers. So right now we have just a solid heart like so. I wish the heart was looking much nicer than this. Let me see if I can correct a few things. Alright, I think the heart looks better this way. So rasterize layers, right click and go to merge layers. Now the reason why I use this instead of going into custom shape and grabbing a heart from here is because the heart here looks a bit weird as compared to what I have at the top. So I'll be using this one instead of this. Anyway, so let's zoom out and fit this to screen and probably put this at the center like so. So here comes in the tough part. We are going to be creating three shapes. So go into the rectangle. We're going to create three of them. One, create to duplicate, so Ctrl J. The second one is just going to be underneath, and the third one is also going to be underneath. So 1, 2, 3, and we are going to be using different colors. So for the first one, it looks like red or pink, slightly towards the purple side. So I'm using D4254E, and I'll just click on OK. For the second one, we are expecting something like an orange, so that is something like this, and I'll just click on OK. And the third one is a golden color, so somewhere around this area should be just fine. Alright, so I'll select all three and I'll rotate it about 45 like the previous one. Now if I zoom in, you can see that it is not perfectly aligned to what we have here, so I'll keep rotating until I can have some nice alignment over here. I think something like this is quite close to what we intend to use this for. So I'll place all three over here like so, and let's zoom in a little bit and stretch it out to cover up the entire space like this, and I'll stretch over here too and here too. Alright, so this is what I have. So after creating this, I'll hold down Control and I'll click on the heart right here. So this creates a selection around my layers, and I'm just going to be selecting one after the other, and I'll just create a layer mask for every one of them. Okay, after creating the layer mask, I have to reselect, and I'll create another layer mask, reselect, and I'll create a layer mask. This makes it a lot easier if you want to change the colors at any point in time. You just double click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this on the other side. So before that, I have to duplicate them, so Ctrl J. Then I'll flip this horizontally, so right click, go to flip horizontal, and I'll be placing this on the other side like so, and I'll just click on OK. Now these new three have to be beneath the first ones we created, so I have them beneath like so. I should probably group them up, so I'll select these ones, Ctrl G to group, and I'll call this first or something, and I'll group this one, Ctrl G, and I'll call this second. So for the second part, we have a bunch of colors. The one at the extreme end is supposed to be, I think, purple, so I think it's somewhere around this color. I'll click on OK. The second one is quite close to this, but it's a bit bluish, and I'll click on OK. And the third one is also close to this, but also quite bluish, and I'll click on OK. So basically, I think this is turning out quite nice for us. Now I don't need this rectangle again because I already have the shapes for that, or the layer mask for that. So I'm just going to toggle it off instead of deleting, obviously. So there are a couple of shapes we have to add in. The first one is going to be a circle, so I'll use the ellipse tool, and I'll create a perfect circle like so. I'll move it over to the edge over here, double click on it and select the color. So that is going to be this color right here, and click on OK. So I'll duplicate using Ctrl J and resize it whilst holding down the Shift key so that it is still proportional. And I'll have the second one somewhere around here. It's actually supposed to be beneath, so I'll bring it beneath in the layers panel. Double click and select this color and click on OK. Then we will duplicate again. That's supposed to be somewhere here, and it's a bit smaller. Click on OK. Duplicate one more time, Ctrl J. This time around is a bit bigger and is somewhere around here. And I'll double click and change the color to this because that's what it looks like. And the rest basically look like this. So again, I'll duplicate this, put it somewhere around here. And the last one is going to be much smaller, which is somewhere around here. So if you did everything right, you should be getting something like this. I'm going ahead to group all these and call them shapes. Now I can add in the text. Unfortunately, I don't know which font they use, but I think Unisans look quite similar, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I'll just type in LIKEE, and I'll be using the font called Unisans, so Unisans bold. I'll go into character. I think my all caps is on, so I'll just turn them off. So let me retype LIKEE, and I'll place it at the center. Let me use my ruler to gauge directly at the center. Alright, and obviously I have to make the size much bigger, so I think 72 is okay. Probably let's make it 100. Alright, 100 is okay. Then it follows by formally like video. So this one is going to be the on bold version, so Unisans regular, and obviously I have to reduce the size to about 30, and I think that is okay. So I think I can actually make this move to the top. Somewhere around here is okay. So you go ahead and save this, and this can be your new wallpaper. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Photo Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.